I know you're used to Josh. Did you have an explosive weekend?
SpaceX!
What's up, guys? Welcome to Nerd Talk. I'm Ortec the Batman. This is Boss Tech. That's GQ Tech. And this is Cytokin. And you know James back over there in the back cave where we like to stuff him because he smells really bad most of the time. But we've got a lot of cool topics for you guys today. Some NASA news, some SpaceX news. And also we have some other news about black holes and alien megastructures, and we have some coverage from the event that we covered over the weekend, which was Oath of the GateWatch over at Sports. What was it? Shortstop Sports Cards and Games. That's a tongue twister right there. We covered the event. It was a pre-release and a tournament. We were there, and we have footage of that to show you guys. We also have some DC Universe TV news. The Professor Zoom, I have a theory on who I think Zoom actually is. So we'll get to that a little bit later. But up first, we're going to be talking about SpaceX. And Jeff actually has a lot of information on that. It was the third attempt to launch.
GQ?
Yep, GQ.
GQ?
Yep.
All over it, maybe.
Yeah, he's all over it.
So here's the thing is, what you're seeing, this video that came out.
We actually have the video,
yes,
too.
we have the video. But the owner, Elon Musk, well, when you guys hear about this guy...
That's a rad name, by the way.
Are you researching or do you know this?
I looked all this up, so I was spot on.
Listen, don't let Boss Tech throw you off. Jeff and I, GQ Tech, we actually sat here and researched it and talked about it a little bit. Yeah. So we do know a little bit about what we're talking about. A little bit? But his name's Elon Musk. He sounds like he's something straight out of Star Wars, but he had just released this video, right? Yeah,
he just released the video. This actually happened on April 14th, 2015. The first attempt to launch this Falcon 9 rocket. It launched from Cape Canaveral, and then it tried to land on a droid ship out in the ocean. Problem is the one arm that folds out to support it when it lands didn't lock into place. So it collapsed.
It had a Charlie horse, basically.
Pretty much.
So this wasn't a failure on takeoff; it was a failure on landing.
On landing, yeah. It was the Jason satellite that they successfully deployed.
Correct.
And this was it coming back down to Earth. And go ahead and take.
But here's the thing: is he released this because he didn't want the bad press.
Right.
The guy's 44 years old. He's worth almost $13 billion.
Oh, I ain't making fun of him no more.
No, yeah, he's
not only the owner and founder of SpaceX. He's also the founder of PayPal. He's the architect.
I definitely ain't talking bad about it now, man.
We love you, dude. We love you, man.
You're our boy, Blue.
He's also the architect and CEO of Tesla Motor Company.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
that's
they're doing all kinds of
and
stuff.
when you look at everything that's happening with this,
what doesn't this guy do?
Yeah, really. Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. And both his ex-wife, his current wife, are completely hot. Schwing. But you know,
and you don't do it right. It's
Shwing. But as I was looking this stuff up, you know, I'm looking at this going, this guy did the right thing by releasing this, because if you look back at NASA from 1961 to 2014, NASA had 24 failures in spaceflight. And on top of that, what they don't announce, there was 11 non-mission failures. Like one guy got burned just on the runway trying to hook up stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
they
that's
screw
just
things up quite often.
Yeah.
You know,
so,
a lot of bad stuff happens.
I think a lot of people are going to try
Challenger comes to mind.
Yeah, exactly. The Challenger and the, was it the Endeavor or the...
I think you're right, the Endeavor.
Or Chlamydia, one of them. But, you know, that's...
Did you say chlamydia?
Chlamydia.
This isn't that type of show, GQ. We know you're GQ, but, you know, we don't want to go off on tangents about our escapades in our free time, my friend. This is Nerd Talk. We talk about nerd stuff.
That is
Nerds
awesome.
don't get chicks all the time. I get chicks.
Wait till you see my lower third. Eventually. It's coming. It's coming to a studio near you.
Let's just say it's suave.
But you know what? I would feel...
Rico?
Suave.
Rico.
Let's watch,
Suave.
Rico.
let's watch that.
let's watch this real quick.
James, no, wait, guys. You don't have the power. No, buddy.
Oh, I have all the power.
Nope.
I will turn this off.
I have the power.
Negative.
He-Man sword.
Yeah, baby. I have the power. Now roll the clip.
No.
Come on, roll the clip. I got the sword. That means I got the power. Roll the clip, James.
Hey, James.
It's not fair, James.
Can you please roll that clip?
And you get a big kaboom.
That's about what happens when my third leg gives away.
I don't think
sucks.
the explosion's that big.
No, he has the power, by the way.
But
I lost my sword.
I think by him releasing this, though, he's saving face because you look at the guy, Richard Branson, Virgin Records,
Right.
trying to match up with Paul Allen, the co-founder of Microsoft, who's trying to put together the civilian space exploration project. Okay, do I want SpaceX that has had 0 fatalities and 1 accident in 11, 12 years, or do I want Microsoft that crashes every day?
Yeah, I agree. I would rather get the guy that takes enough time to, they take their time.
Yeah,
They're not in a rush to be the first to do anything, and it's not about being, the first to get there. It's to be the first to do it right.
And SpaceX has already had successful missions in bringing supplies to the International Space Station, launching a few satellites, which I believe the Jason project was a satellite launch. So, I mean, and this guy is dumping $50 to $100 million in every flight that takes off with these rockets. So.
Let's point out that the flight itself was a success.
Yes.
It made it, it deployed everything perfectly. It's just the landing of the rocket that failed.
Correct.
Right.
Correct.
So you're saying you're only as good as your landing.
Apparently.
Yeah,
Or your thought.
obviously, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah. Nobody takes into account
let's
what
get
you're
a
saying. I get your
civilian.
point.
Let's get a civilian ship up in the air. It's like, oh man, woo, everyone's happy. I mean, yeah, you are as good as your landing.
Yeah, if it was a man thing and it,
Oh, no,
and it crashed, they would have totally fried this guy. They would have hung him out to dry easy.
They would have.
So
Because again, you here's somebody who's developed Tesla, and you remember Tesla had all those battery issues.
Right.
The cars, as the car increases speed, it lowers its profile to keep it lower to the ground so it can take turns, everything else. Problem is the entire battery pack in these cars are underneath the passenger seat. They've had 1 fatality in a Tesla because on the Autobahn, taking a turn, they ran over something in a road or tore through the battery pack, and the car exploded, killing the passenger, and the driver, got away with, major injuries, but he took a lot of heat for that.
Right.
And especially considering the car is designed to lower, which is putting that battery pack closer to the ground. Those things are highly explosive.
And the landing wasn't that devastating. I mean, he landed correctly. It's just the leg gave out and it fell over.
And it's something super fixable.
Yeah, and the leg's locking point, I think I read, was like 1.3 meters away. So it's just a calculation issue at this point.
So if it would have had more time to hover, it'd have popped all the way
and
out.
one of the things that
they're landing on an aircraft carrier.
They're landing on a droid aircraft carrier, so it's not even manned.
Right.
And which presented another problem is that there's so much fog, and due to the temperature outside, they think it caused an issue with the landing gear on the rocket itself.
Plus rough seas. They said something about 12 to 15 foot waves.
Correct.
So that's going to cause some kind of movement on deck.
And the idea behind this rocket is his vision is going forward with the Mars mission and wanting to put humans on Mars. He's trying to develop a ship or a transport device that can not only take off but land, and then retake off again.
Jeez.
Oh, reusable.
Yeah.
Almost like the space shuttles, except for.
And from what I read, the way this Falcon 9 is designed is it's able to take off, land, take off one more time, and then the capsule ejects for transportation for the astronauts to return back to Earth.
Right.
So you're talking about a vehicle that takes off from Earth, lands on Mars, able to take off from Mars and send its astronauts back home on another vessel, like a deployment vessel. So I'm telling you, this guy is...
He's onto something,
for
sure. And
he's got my vote
We're
of
on our way
confidence.
to commercial space travel. Yes,
Yeah.
finally.
Oh, you could go with Microsoft and
possibly-
Richard Branson and,
possibly in our lifetime,
$200,000,
though.
go up in space and come
Right.
back.
I mean, this
No,
could
I'm
possibly...
talking about long term.
Well, I mean, possibly this could happen in our lifetime. We're putting people on...
We are not playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Why aren't we playing Call of Duty?
Because on Twitch it says we're playing.
Yeah, we're not doing that, so...
James didn't let I'm not actually here.
Well, we should probably edit that now. Go for it.
I got right
Well,
now.
you talk about failures.
Yeah. We got some...
Let me tell you about a failure today.
So while
This
they
is-
I
vent, I'm gonna
hope
fix this.
this gets back to this wonderful owner of Dunkin' Donuts
That's how you really feel, Jeff.
on 54 in Trinity near Duxlow.
Yeah,
that
we're
Can you believe they charged me extra for whipped cream on my hot chocolate?
dead serious.
Dead serious.
We're on our way home from Tampa, checking
Where's
out a
my
job.
camera? Right here. Listen, folks, whipped cream is not an extra charge. Really? Really? Seriously? Really?
Shameless plug for Starbucks.
I love Starbucks. My venti white chocolate mocha 2 raw sugar stirred hot comes with whipped cream. Thank you.
He wasn't even that mad. I mean, it took him a while to get fired up, but like when we pulled away, he just looked at me like, "Did that just happen? Did they really just charge me for cream?" It's like, what planet does this happen
Dude,
on?
that's ridiculous. That is totally
How
ridiculous.
much did they charge you?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It was probably like 85
I don't care if it
cents or
was
some
10
crap,
cents
but-
or 5 cents.
Yeah.
The fact that they charged me for whipped cream. Really?
It was pretty bad.
No,
That's true.
No, I can't understand is
Are we
why
gonna have to
Dunkin'
keep
Donuts.
a can in the fridge here?
Yep. Yeah, because I ain't going back there no more.
You
I
know,
don't feel bad about not grabbing it for you every
And you
time
would
I
think-
get
4
you
minutes.
hot chocolate now.
you would think Dunkin' Donuts would be consistent in pricing too,
Yeah.
because the one in
Yeah.
Trinity and the one in 54 in Newport Richie,
Yeah.
2 different prices.
Yeah,
for
they're
coffee.
always different, and they're always different in service too.
Yeah.
Like I pull up to the one in Newport Richie, and 5 minutes later, I'm down the road with my coffee in hand. You know, I go to the one on Trinity, and I'm there at least 10 minutes almost every time.
Oh, the one in 54, their coffee to me always tastes burnt.
Yeah, that's the same thing we said today.
Yep. It
First
really.
sip, we're like, oh, we gotta just chill out on that for about an hour. I mean, it's nice to have hot coffee,
Yeah.
but man, is it way overdone.
But when I got charged for whipped cream, I'm like, you got to be kidding me, man. That's ridiculous.
I mean,
And I'm a big coffee drinker, and I like my hot chocolate at night because it's got a little more caffeine, it's sweeter, and it's a good push. And the thing of it is there was a Starbucks before I got there, so I actually bypassed my Starbucks, which is normally what I drink, to go because I know Joshy
yeah,
here
I'm
likes.
big on Dunkin' Donuts.
He's
so.
like he's a big Dunkin'
I
Donuts.
thought
He was
something
being a
wrong
nice
today
guy.
when I walked in the studio and I see Dunkin' Donuts in John's hand. I'm like, today was not a good
Oh,
day.
James is shouting orders again, just so you guys know.
I know.
I just do what we do, ignore him.
Well, I can't
go away.
ignore
I
him.
did
He's
it
my
quietly
arch
this time.
he's my arch nemesis.
So anybody watching tonight, let me know if I'm right or wrong on this.
Yeah, we definitely want your comments. So go ahead and comment on the YouTube page and or the Twitch page or WeBeamTV.com.
They can chat live
And,
with us.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
can chat live.
Yeah, I'm on there right
We're
now.
actually live. This is not.
I'm
a
watching
pre-record.
both, and I've got both chats up.
Yeah.
I just think it's ridiculous. Folks.
says it
Anyway,
right now. We're
that
playing Call of Duty.
was my soapbox rant.
That was definitely a soapbox. I mean,
Man.
you know what it looked like? It looked like a little girl got her teddy bear taken away.
It did.
I look over and he was puppy dog eyes.
Actually, can you hand me my hot chocolate? I actually paid extra for whipped cream on.
Would you like a little Snickers to go with that? Jeff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now I got my Snickers, my almond Snickers. This was in my
Two
favorite.
Shameless plugs.
Snickers, you can
Starbucks.
call me anytime you want. I'll be glad to promote your product.
Yeah, he's over here Kim Kardashian it up. So, but anyway,
Hey, you
we're
like
gonna-
my shirt?
love the shirt, man.
Yeah, I got that. I have no clue where I got this.
Yeah,
This is
Walmart
over-
probably.
probably
That's
o-
where I get my
yeah,
shirts.
probably.
Well, I don't think I got this at Walmart, so I probably ordered this off
Any
some
clothes?
nerd site.
Yeah, any clothes outfitters out there? I'll be glad to wear your stuff.
Yeah, we'll wear your stuff. Just go ahead and support our show.
I got
But
mine from
anyways,
Tampa Bay Multimedia.
They don't want to support us.
That guy's an ass.
I didn't want to say it on camera.
He gets
but-
crabby over coffee and hot chocolate
Little
all
stuff
the time.
makes him mad. The big
Little
stuff
stuff,
flies
yeah.
right past. That little stuff will just tear him up.
Yeah, he rolled right through the title being wrong on the Twitch, but he was still ate up about the damn
Coffee.
cream in his.
You get in?
No,
no,
Dylan
it's
did not
logging
get
in
in.
infinitely.
good.
Yeah.
No, it's not
I
good.
got it.
Oh, James has got it. That's
James
why you're
all
being
over it.
James beat
Wait,
you to
one
the
bet's
punch,
not. Wait,
dude.
one bet's not.
So-
Watch this. Just
That's why he's the producer.
But anyways, we're gonna go to the break. You've been watching Nerd Talk. Stick around. We'll be right back. Cause I has the power.
What's up, everybody? You're watching Max Play Live presents Random Reports, and I'm back at E&D Games to interview James Hollingsworth, Part 3. That's what I like to call him because he's more like a movie. If you ever met the guy, he's kind of like watching a movie. Anyways, I'm Ortec the Batman, and check these guys again with this fan crap. I'm not a fan. Anyway, watch the stupid interview.
Like, I know I gave you, like, a sheet. Like, I said you bad. Yeah, that's like that.
If you guys listen close, right now, Dave Growney and James Hollingsworth, Part 3, are actually going over the script and the story for Max Play Live Presents The Arena. I wonder if I can interrupt and get a friggin' interview, because I've been standing here for about 10 minutes listening to him jabber. What's up, James?
Are you seriously going to give me that 10-minute speech after you made me wait 40 minutes for you to show up with your little camera? Is that how we're doing this? Is that how we're starting off this interview?
My bad. Yeah, you do have a point there, but, you know, I'm the guy with the camera, so just be careful what you say, because, you know, editing, I can make you look like an orc or a goblin or some crap. Anyways, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing good.
How often do you have to adjust an encounter or the main storyline? Just adapt as play goes, or do you guys have things in the back of your pocket, ideas in the back of your pocket that you could just use randomly, or, you know, do you guys kind of go with the flow?
Well, for a lot of it, we have to go with the flow, especially after the encounters are done. What they want to do once they're released from that encounter of the arena is pretty much up to them, and I have to invent things like Adler's, abacuses. Well, you know, I do enjoy a good song. It helps cut down on exposition, which I find incredibly boring.
I walk a desert of shattered and broken dreams, and looking back I see the face of the most devilish of fiends. At the stables where I worked, he sat there by the cells, charming, laughing, smiling. Hello, my name is Wells. Oh! He doesn't like
So when you get to use music to express the motives of a character, you know, it's rare that opportunity pops up. But as a DM, you can orchestrate it better.
Well, who wrote the song?
I did.
Seriously?
Yeah, I wrote. Who would I get to write the song?
This is James Hollingsworth, Part 3. Thank you for the interview, and we look forward to seeing you DM many more arena shows. Thanks, dude.
All right, thank you.
Fist bump. Anyways, thanks for watching. This has been Random Reports presented by Max Play Live. We're at E&D Games. Check out the little message thing down there for all the Twitter and all that crap. I don't feel like doing it because I'm lazy, right?
You're not that lazy. I believe you.
You're ruining. Shh, no. Turn off the camera.
Meh. Sparkles.
That was Sparkles.
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 Captain Sparkles.
Yeah, if you like that interview,
likes
go to
his sparkles.
YouTube. Go to youtube.com and search maxplays/youtube.com actually, and watch the
Oh,
rest
so it's
of
our
the interview.
website now. We're just
That was
featuring.
I saw I has the power,
I-
James. Shut your black
Go to
hole.
WeBeamTV.com.
Yeah.
Click on Nerd Talk, and you can watch the interviews there. And if there's not more, there's a link that'll lead you to our
YouTube.com/MaxPlayLive. Not what Josh said, MaxPlayLive/YouTube.
It doesn't matter. Just go do it.
Something.
Don't
So
get
speaking
hit.
of black
It's
holes,
something. Yeah, speaking of James, I mean black holes, NASA has spotted something mighty strange at the supermassive black hole Markarian 335. Did you guys hear about this?
All right, yeah.
you got pictures?
Taylor brought it up to
Give
us.
us some
hate-
pictures
Um,
of
there's
Show us
really
your
no
black hole,
pictures
James.
of
There's
of this black
no.
hole.
You don't have no pictures of the black hole?
Not this
There's a-
particular one.
There's an artist
It's really hard to
recreation.
get.
Yeah, it's just an artist
Pictures of
rendering
it.
anyway. It's not an actual picture of it, but it was the
we'll be able to see
Nuclear
it.
Spectroscopic Telescope Array, otherwise known as NuSTAR, spotted the black hole's corona launched away from the supermassive black hole. And it's the first time anyone's seen anything come out of a black hole. If anyone knows anything about black holes, they usually suck things in. Am I right?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. We've always been, this is not science. This is just John's point
John's
of view.
opinion.
Okay, we've always known that things go in,
Right.
but we don't absolutely know
Well,
that things don't come out.
we assumed they did. We figured they would. We just never witnessed it happen.
And there's rumors
What
that
was it-
they-
when they do the math, they're like, it's very possible something could come through because it has to be able to travel faster than light.
Well, if it goes in one side, it's got to come out the other.
Well,
so
isn't
maybe
the
this is
center
the
of
other.
the black hole
But the thing is-
dark matter? So wouldn't it just like collapse anything, like
That's
crush
what I'm saying.
it?
Anything that's not
Well,
faster than light would be destroyed.
Interstellar,
Right.
it became a gateway.
Well, that's
And then the guy became a ghost pushing little stuff all over the place in the little buckets.
yeah. But didn't you say earlier?
And drove
This
his
is an
daughter
artist
crazy.
rendition of it.
Oh,
Let's
James
see
did
it.
find it. Let's check it out. Yeah, look at
Oh,
that. That's crazy.
That's what the artist depicted it as.
Well, that's
but
kind of
as
cool.
described by the new
It's
star.
pretty.
It is pretty neat.
It so
looking.
is pretty.
It's interesting.
Warps the stars.
But Dan
around it.
Wilkins
Black
of St.
holes.
Mary's University said, "This is the first time we have been able to link the launching of the corona to a flare," which was what I was going to say. Could it be a solar flare or something like that?
Everything I read said that
Solar flares come from suns.
yes, But they're saying that
some type of flare.
They're saying that the sun may have wandered too closely to this black hole, and the black hole caught onto it, shredding it apart.
Yeah,
and the particles from the sun were expelled from the center of the hole as it was being brought in because it was absorbing so much of the sun. This happened over years of time, but this came about to something called quantum fluctuations, which is the expelling the particles back out of it. But you can't see it with the naked eye, which is why the telescope was able to grab it through X-ray vision.
And it's also 324 million light years away.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Who?
Dr. Santilli.
So you can go into Madagas and.
Well, Magnagas which is what him and his kids did. Aaron Tarpon, Dr. Santilli. Remember, I told you I had
Tarpon Springs, which is the town next to our town.
Right. He did video work with us, and this is the stuff he talked about.
Well, yeah, we definitely need to get this guy on the show so he can explain a little better what's going on.
New energy sources.
We're just nerds. We don't know anything.
No, we know absolutely nothing.
We know enough to make ourselves dangerous.
We also know that it's too far away.
And look good on camera.
Yeah, it's.
All I know is it looks cool.
Yeah,
it sounds cool.
It's a neat poster as far as I'm concerned right now. I mean, it's 324 million light years away, so it's not something that can affect us anytime soon.
Is that in or out of our solar system?
It's out of our solar system.
Out of our solar system, and I don't know if it's out of our galaxy or not.
That's what I meant, galaxy.
Yeah.
That's what I figured you meant.
Is it in
Milky Way? So the sun got sucked in from the other side, pushed through?
This is our
I'm not sure. They just
That's
said
what I'm saying.
from what I read was that the sun wandered too close to it and the black hole grabbed it and kind of just pulled it apart, like shredded it.
Yeah. They think it's a star that
they actually have a term for that. Yeah. It's called spaghettification.
Look at you dropping science.
Hey, is that a nerdism word today?
Whoa.
It could be if we want.
Let's make it.
Every day we should have a nerd word of the day.
That has to go up. That has to go up as pound. What?
Hashtag spaghettification.
There you go. Hashtag. What do you say?
Go ahead and explain to us what that word means.
That's way better than what we had earlier.
Spaghettification is when an entity reaches the event horizon of a black hole and it starts being pulled apart at the molecular or the quantum level.
Wow. Look at you dropping science.
God, you're smart.
Yeah, what do you know about the alien megastructure?
I'm not worthy.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy. Show me Wonder Woman. Not Wonder
Woman, please.
That is not Wonder Woman.
No. It's a woman, but you know.
That's Chewbacca. That's Chewbacca.
I think we're gonna do the show.
Hey,
like
no
this.
tech's here.
Oh.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our resident bearded lady.
You should have got him on
And your
that.
back, Josh.
What?
Right there. Right in the center.
What? I don't understand.
The bearded lady?
No, that's you.
No.
Yes, you.
You
wet
introduced,
carpet.
and then it went to you.
Hey, James, what do you know about this alien megastructure star? Otherwise known as KIC 8462852.
Aliens, man. Okay, so what?
Aliens.
So what it is, or what they're assuming it is, as of right now, the main logical explanation is that it's comets. But the thing is,
that's not the logical explanation.
Well, they say it's a star that's dimming.
We'll get to that, James.
Megastructure.
Shush, we'll get to that, James.
No.
Shush.
No, that's
It's
not
a
shush, we'll get there.
It's a star that's dimming.
No, it's not a dimming
dimming.
star. The thing is the star is alive, and that's what we can see. But the thing is, because the star is bigger than what a normal star would be, its gravitational pull is much stronger. So it's pulling in asteroids and comets, but when they collide, people are like, oh, well, they're just covering it up. No, when they collide, they're creating a very, very large amount of other smaller rocks and dust.
Yeah, it was briefly obscured by comets.
It's giving a cloud.
But they think that the aliens are building like a structure around it.
So what's actually really happening?
That's the secondary. The secondary.
That's what you think is really happening,
is what's
and I
called
agree with you for once.
A Dyson globe. A Dyson globe is a
Dyson Sphere, buddy.
Dyson Sphere. It encases the sun with giant
Wow,
solar
Josh, you came back with a hitty boy.
That's fine. You can take that one. Do you know what it does?
No, I was waiting for you to explain that. Actually, I just knew that. I remember Dyson Sphere.
That's what I thought.
That's when God takes a big piece of metal and puts it around it, and then sells it to household
It's not God, it's
families.
aliens.
The idea is to put something to
They're
the
making.
equivalent
You know
of
what
solar
it
panels.
It's the First Order, and they're building the Star Killer base.
That was my theory. We're going to the third
was
theory
my
after
theory.
this. No, we're going to the second theory first, though.
Knuckles.
The second theory is it's the Dyson Sphere. The Dyson Sphere is designed to take the energy of the star and bring it to a planet of some sort, or to power it. So they're pretty much charging a giant battery.
Using the star that's inside.
Using the star that's inside within, yeah.
Well, then how do you explain how do you explain the growth of it though?
It's building. You can't just collapse it on there. That would take forever. And on top of that, you'd run into other debris and it would end up destroying it. But if you built it over time and just slowly built it around, it would work properly.
You would call this an event, right?
Yeah.
All right. So this event is a lot of people are using this to
if you scroll down on that
the
lovely little
existence
link
of
you have,
aliens.
yeah, if you scroll down your lovely little link, you'll notice that we've been monitoring this since the 1890s.
1800s, yeah.
Yeah, in
Really?
1890s,
Yes,
in
yeah.
1890s we started.
It was,
That's where we're getting all of our
brighter
movies
back
from.
then, though. It was a lot brighter.
Aliens.
We noticed
Predators.
we noticed that a star in the sky began to dim, and people
Yes.
watch it and monitor it.
So you're
now,
telling me
100 years later,
ID42 is this?
100 years later,
That thing is the size of a city. That
the star is
mothership.
dim. Now, for
That's a
being
great
James's theory,
movie.
remember how we said we found something that came out of the black hole?
Yes.
Okay,
Aliens.
pop it with so not aliens.
It's the
ourselves
Chitauri, dude.
from the future. You pop out of the black hole because
And we
black
have,
holes, as
and we
you
have
know,
no Thor to help
go
us.
through time and space. So he pops out in 2 ships. One guy crashes, and that's what becomes Roswell. And they're like, "Where'd Jim go?"
Sorry.
Yeah, we're here. Sorry, guys. No. So what's their option? Guys, destroy the
We
planet.
gotta blow it up.
Take care of it. And now that's the Death Star.
It does look like a Death Star, though.
It does.
Well, Brutality.
What if the aliens are like
665
Mac and me,
says
like this
it's
big?
the aliens.
It is aliens.
Who says
Well,
it?
yeah, the
Brutality
yeah,
665.
go to,
Well, that guy's probably correct.
or you just go to the comment section below and find out all the people that are talking about the alien jokes.
Yeah.
Aliens, man.
I don't want to rip anyone else's jokes off. So
Aliens.
yeah, I think it's Mac and me.
man.
I love
Mac
that
and
movie.
me.
Remember that?
Yeah.
He likes soda and Skittles. No,
Yeah.
wait. E.T.
No,
likes
that's
Skittles.
E.T..
I haven't seen E.T.
No,
in
E.T.
forever. I
liked,
need to watch that.
Reese's Pieces.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Ethan.
Yeah. Friend. E.T. phone home.
Yoda.
Elliot.
Yeah, his girlfriend's name was Home, and that's why he could never get her to call him back.
Yeah.
You know. And it was all because his game failed, and they buried it in some ditch out in Nevada. You know,
They dug it up,
he's a
don't
mess.
worry.
So
Speaking
now,
of failures, that game was a hell of a failure, wasn't it?
Worth some money
Oh
now,
my
though.
gosh. But it's spawned a really cool documentary too. So.
sure did.
But anyway, what were you gonna say, John?
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Oh Jesus.
You have 3 minutes to explain your theory.
He
Go.
totally deflates your tire when he does that. Like you're all.
I don't
on a
know, it
roll.
doesn't deflate
I'm
my
walking,
tire.
walking, and here comes James, a stick that falls right in front of my feet, and I tumble and roll, and everyone's sitting there looking at me, laughing,
Why did
you
only
know.
a little stick trip you?
because I don't look down and I don't tie my shoes.
That statement stands. It's a stick.
Well, I didn't look down. I didn't
Kick
see
the
the
stick out of the way.
What do you mean kick the
I
stick
have
out
really
of the way?
good
I gotta
sense.
see the stick
Is it
to
like
kick
a
it.
branch?
I put it
Yes,
right in
it's a
between his
log.
2
Or a
legs.
log? Okay, so a stick is like this
Okay,
big.
that's just wrong on so many levels.
Yeah, like, are you seriously? Did you really just say that?
Yes.
You
a
should roll
problem
the
with
clip
it?
of the rocket crashing,
Okay,
because that's about what
so-
that joke did.
So here's why
No.
he stays in that room and we're out here.
Now you guys know why he's not on set with us.
We
Oh,
are
where's my
adults.
gun?
Oh, where's the Nerf gun?
It's over there on the wall, or over there in the chair.
Let's see who gets there faster.
Go, He-Man.
You should have get him running. Get him running. He runs.
He's too busy ducking.
Oh, that
Still
hurt.
missed.
Oh,
Face shot.
They're-
you suck.
No, they're going straight for him,
Yeah.
and then they curve right
It's
at the
the
last
force.
second.
Well, you know, he is haunted.
Sorry, it's called the Force.
He is Jar Jar Binks.
I just Jar Jar
I
Binks.
am
He
fun
is
with
Jar Jar
Force.
Binks, the secret Sith Lord. And that's how we explain Jar Jar and how he can dodge things so clumsily, because he's actually using the dark side of the Force.
The dark
And
side.
Drunken Kung Fu.
And, well, it's supposed to be like Drunken Fist,
Yeah.
speaking of.
Oh.
We need to get on Cage. By the way, if you saw Friday's episode, Cage modified these things to lethal
Those things hurt.
I want
capabilities.
Cage
Yeah.
to give me like one of like the rifle one, the really long ones.
Yep.
They're supposed to be super accurate. I'm gonna modify one of those so I can sit here and when I sit over there. Just,
But anyway, getting back
Anyway,
to
we're boring everybody home. Let's get
yeah,
moving
getting
here.
back to this giant alien megastructure called the Dyson Sphere. Do you guys really think it's aliens?
No.
Or do you think it's just an anomaly going on out in space? Yeah.
It's aliens.
At least
I
it's
think that if aliens, I think they would stay the hell away from Earth.
Yeah, you know why?
Yeah,
You
because
think
we're
about
idiots.
it. So a guy named Arthur C. Clarke says we could put 3 satellites in orbit and communicate anywhere around the world. Okay.
Right.
So 23,000 miles off of our equator, we have the Clark Belt, which houses now hundreds of thousands of satellites. So when an alien is coming through space, oh, look, there's Earth. All this trash is just orbiting around us. And they're thinking to themselves,
if it's up there, it's just as bad down here.
Yeah, they're just thinking
if they're that far,
dirty.
If
Let's
they're
get
far
out of
ahead
here.
of us in technology, they can actually they can use space travel as a means of transportation. Don't you think their planet is even crappier than ours? Like it's got to be like, I mean, for us, look where we're at in the
industrial. They've got that far ahead of us.
But look how much we've wrecked our planet.
Yeah, but they've solved their problem.
Yeah, because their planet's probably gone.
You know what? It's just like
they terraformed another planet. Is what they did.
I'm gonna bunny trail.
Hey, we gotta take a break. Okay. Yeah, let's take a break.
How many minutes?
That's it.
Let's take a break.
No, that's it.
No, not yet. Hold on. Jupiter Ascending.
He has the power.
Jupiter Ascending. You saw that, right?
Yeah, great movie, by the way.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Except for the chanting all over his Tatum.
Oh my God, Mr. I'm skating in the air now.
He was the goofiest looking character in any movie.
But it's like the one person said. We think of resources as land and stuff, right?
Yes.
And when you have the infinite of space, of the galaxy to get in, now you can go anywhere and do anything.
Yeah.
Then they would. Why deal with trash planet? Let's move on.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say.
And then they phone home and say, yeah, there's no intelligent life here. Let's go.
It sucks to be you guys.
It wasn't me. All right, let's go to break.
All right, we'll be right back. You've been watching Nerd Talk. Stick with us.
What's up, guys? I'm out here at E&D Games. You're watching Max Play Live presents Random Reports. And I'm here with Dave Growney, who is the mastermind behind a lot of what we do in the show, The Arena. He handles the model making, the miniatures, and also helps with James Hollingsworth in the writing of the story content of the show. And also he runs this cool store where you can buy neat stuff like Magic the Gathering, War Machine, and Hordes, and also the game that our show is pretty much based on, which is Dungeons and Dragons.
Some of these weren't done by me. Some of these were done by people and customers in our store for other games. This is one by Mike Coates, who we may know from Max Play Live.
I like to call him Moss Man.
I got other names for him, but we're not going to say that on air. Anyway, kidding.
Moss Man. He's Moss Man. So I noticed that you have this, it looks like an Atlantean altar, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Is that something we're going to be seeing later on in the arena?
It could be. That's one of the plans. That's possibly one of the things.
So you're saying there's surprises?
Oh yeah, we got tons of ideas coming up. Me and James Hollingsworth do a lot of the writing for what goes on in the storyline. James is obviously more in control of it because he's the one actually running it when the game's going on.
Yeah, James is the DM for the show.
Right. I usually sit in the background and just kind of give him some ideas to run with the other way, and then get all the documentation in order to go with what we need to construct outside of the arena and get all the minis together, like you said, and then Kayla will help, build it, craft it, make something. If we have to custom make a mini like we did here, paint like she did. She's working on these, which are other things you might see in the arena. Kayla puts almost more time, I'm going to say, than just about anybody else, myself included, fully into this project.
And I also noticed, just being here at E&D Games, walking through the back, I see that there's a specific area set up for modeling. I know it's not just for the show, it's also for your business, but it's set up for modeling and painting and molding and anything any customers would need, as well as helping us out on the show. But I'm Ortec the Batman. This is Dave Growney, and I'm not a fan. I am Batman.
Logan's the real Batman.
No,
just ask him.
He's Earth 2 Batman.
And maybe.
Yeah. Or I'll be Thomas Wayne, whatever. Later.
See ya.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Nerd. We got the power.
Magic.
That sounds pretty good. I should go into business for that.
You should, man.
All right,
Anyways,
I'm gonna cut away from them, just kind of ignore them because they're bunny trailing.
Yeah, and this
Magic
segment,
pre-release, so we just went to. Shut up, Josh.
Wow.
I have the stick of talking.
Spawn Tech just told you.
Wow.
the balls have dropped.
Okay,
He's ready to be a man
The
now.
power.
I have the power.
He has the power. All right, go ahead and tell us about.
All right, so we went to the pre-release, as I'm sure many of you watched. It was a lot of fun. If not, you can also always go back to Twitch. You go to our past broadcast. We were there. We're not playing Call of Duty. Don't worry. We got to experience the new set, which is Oath of the GateWatch. You got to see a lot of players play off with the newer cards, and you got to see how a lot of the new mechanics worked. It was a ton of fun. Just
We
a
got
late
to see an expedition open too.
We did. We got to see an expedition open. James said it was worth something like $500.
Gideon?
Man, no, that's not an expedition. We did get to see a
was
Gideon.
wrong.
We did get to see a Gideon action. That was hilarious because
No, that's what I was saying. And we did get to see
that forced to concede twice.
in a row.
Yeah, in a row.
Literally in the same game.
That was as soon as
that
Gideon
card
hit the
came out-
board, it was I'm done. Can't do it anymore.
Yep, I fold. He gave up.
I pulled a Chandra. What you guys pull?
I forget. I didn't pull anything worth
no
it.
idea.
I know what you pulled. You pulled the foil. You pulled the foil rare. That's not too bad.
I pulled a foil card, but it was some vampire.
That's fine.
And
Well,
I don't
Vampire's
even
good.
remember what it was
I
because
pulled a Sir to put me right to sleep.
I looked at yeah, we also, what you kind of didn't mention was we were there live streaming this,
I said that it was a late night. We were there
said
at
it.
the shop.
but we were actually, you guys were, you
Until
and James
the-
were commentating. I kind of half-assed host it, but
He
I was there.
interviewed the shop owners and a lot of the other
Yeah.
players, which is a lot more than me and James was
I
we're
introed
gonna
and
do from
outroed
behind the
it,
machine.
fairly, vaguely.
Hey.
Yeah. But anyway,
I
we
have
were
a
there
pretty
for
cool
the.
clip to show.
Let's go to the clip.
Oh,
then.
go ahead and roll the clip.
That's awesome. That is great.
This is him complaining that the
I
cameras
have
are on
no
him.
idea what's going on.
Hey, what's one of the game talk?
I remember this. This is when he was complaining. You guys
I was
really
not
on?
complaining.
You guys really on me? Well, you're in front of both cameras. There's nothing else to show.
That was fun.
It was
Josh,
a
you were
fun
getting
time.
jiggy with
I
it.
was getting, that was my orc dance. It's my orc mating dance, actually.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, I was in the wrong place for that, though. There was
Yeah,
it
you
was a
were.
sausage fest. I just realized that I shouldn't have said that joke. That's a bad joke. You
bad
should
joke.
stop me. You got the stick. You told me to shut up before. How come you didn't stop me this time?
Silence, fool!
Left to my own devices, I am.
Yeah, he brought the
I am
sword and felt he
self-destructive.
could go get the gun. I'm just like,
Yeah, so we were there covering the event. Dylan, like I said, Dylan and James, they hosted it or commentated it. We had, what did we stream, about 3 games? 3 games, the unboxing. They look
Two
like a bunch
matches.
of
two
two
featured
yep,
matches,
feature
and
matches.
then the unboxing of the deck building, which we kind of explained.
unboxing
We have a
and
couple
the-
of interviews. I have an interview we can show
Yeah,
too.
well, the unboxing looked like a bunch of rabid kids at Christmas. I mean, there was stuff everywhere.
I mean, you should have
There's
seen
about
what-
85 people that showed up to shortstops.
I mean, you
for
should have
that.
seen me when I got back here at 4 in the morning to get ready to go back to work. I'm sitting here.
I know. I showed up on Saturday. A couple hours later, I went home and slept maybe 4 hours. Came back. Dylan had to run the stream for our Saturday shows.
Yeah, I was still awake.
And he was like, he was still awake, and you got 2 packs.
Yeah,
right?
he had me hold on to his, so I went ahead and
Oh, is
opened
that
it
what that was?
to show him. Yeah,
Oh, I thought you.
we're gonna teach
snatched
him.
2.
He's gonna learn now that we had. Now
Yeah.
you
Oh, no.
Yeah,
We can't. No, it's like playing that Sabak game with the Wookiee, where if he
Let
he
the
does,
Wookiee win.
he'll rip your arm off if you don't let him win.
Just rip your page.
don't think
You know
that
what
game
they
was
say?
Sabak
You know what
anyway.
they tell us adults?
I'm wrong about that. It's
You know,
not
older
Sabak.
adults tell us younger adults, which I'm actually an older adult now, and I learned this a long time ago. If you really want your kids to not do something,
Do it with them.
learn it.
Oh, learn it.
And do it with
Usually
them.
people say that when they're talking about marijuana and stuff,
I was
not
like,
Magic
ha,
the
the
Gathering.
joke's on you. I'll just tell you, you suck.
I longboard better than he
That was
does.
bad.
Yeah, well, you're pretty awesome at longboarding. A lot of times you'll see him around the studio just, cruising.
Except it's a
Yeah.
slowpoke.
I'm waiting for him
I'm
to
the
eat
one
it
that goes
day.
down the bridge.
I'm the one who goes down to the parking garages.
Yeah. I don't need to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, come join me. That's a fast experience. Don't
It
get
hurts
caught.
when you get older.
It does.
You know.
You don't heal as quickly.
No, and I'm highly allergic to gravity, so.
Gravity's not my friend.
I've already
I'm allergic to gravity too. I used to have this like massive chest, and now it's in my
I've
belly.
fallen too much in my life.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So
But
we want
anyways.
to watch an interview from.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll the
that
interview.
night.
Yeah, we went to the longboard all of a sudden.
If it's me dancing again.
What's up, everybody? Like I said, I'm Ortec the Batman, and I have an interview. What's your name, dude?
I'm Sal.
Sal. Okay. Sal, what are you doing at the tournament tonight?
Well, tonight we're doing a pre-release for the Oath of the GateWatch. We'll get these nice little constructed box over here that comes with 6 packs, 1 pack being a promo that is usable in the tournament. You get a 20-sided dice along with it. So I just open this, I would open my packs, and then build a 40-card deck with the cards that I have placed, or the cards that I have opened from the packs.
Oh, okay. So how long would it take someone like you to actually build a full 60-card deck out of, you know, this random
only 40.
these random packs?
It wouldn't be 60, it'd be the 40.
Oh, it's a 40 card.
Right.
Okay.
So 40, and then it roughly a half hour to 45 minutes. If it's real complicated, you don't really like the cards that you have, it might take you a little bit longer to build than usual. Sometimes the deck will build itself, and you'll be good to go in 5 to 10 minutes. It just
Gotcha.
depends on the luck.
So how long do these players have?
These players have roughly 35 to 45 minutes to build their deck, and then round 1 will go up, and they'll have to play.
So they really got to get moving then.
They have to get moving, yeah. They have to be opening their packs. They got to be knowing what they're doing, looking at all kinds of possibilities, what kinds of deck they want to do, even maybe possibly build a second deck if their first deck doesn't work out, so that way they can change it out in between games 2 and 3.
Are they allowed sidebars?
The whole any card that you do not play is part of your sideboard. So you can swap. Like I said, you can literally build a whole nother deck, and after game 1, you can just play a whole new deck, or you can just take the cards out as you please and swap them in and out.
Do you expect a tough night?
Oh yeah, this is going to be crazy. You're going to see a whole bunch of random cards, crazy cards. The expeditions, you're going to see cards that haven't been in print in almost 10, 15 years, and they're extremely powerful. So having one of those played against you is very, very terrifying.
Is there any particular card you're looking for?
Me, myself, I'm looking for the Green Oath. I like to look for Planeswalkers, and casting them without having to worry about colors is perfect.
Nice.
I love it.
Well, I appreciate the interview, man. I'm going to go ahead and throw it back to James and Dylan. Guys, take it away.
That wasn't too bad of an interview, I don't think.
Yeah.
I only had one thing wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't like that guy because his Broncos beat my Steelers. So boo!
Way to go, Broncos!
No, boo!
Who said nerds don't like sports?
What?
I love
Have you ever
cheerleaders.
talked to somebody who's really into sports?
Yeah.
They're incredibly nerdy.
They are.
They get nerdy with it, man.
Yeah, they do.
They get hyper passionate, and nothing exists in their world except game day.
So it's
What's
like-
the
it's
difference
like you
between
and
that
Star
and a
Wars.
Star Wars? Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I
So-
love,
Well,
I
I tell
love
you-
when he kicks the ball into the touchdown and they score the field goal and they win the World Cup.
Well, I'll tell you this much. Dylan and James, dude, they were in their element.
Yeah, that's
They,
for sure.
well,
They
they
love
were.
this
I mean,
event.
when that started hitting, I sit there and went,
We should repurpose part of that for a podcast because they went off on
man.
it. They went crazy.
and it was blew my mind that James had never seen the pack itself because we
Right.
were at the pre. We didn't do much homework for going into this stream.
No, we did this last minute. They asked us to
and
come
that
do
stuff came out, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, well it does this and it does this," and I'm like, he knew.
Well, a
Holy
lot of cards in
crap,
this
he knew.
are either A, reprints, so we've seen them in the past, or it's not something we can pick up very quickly because there's a lot of cards that do something similar to it.
Yeah.
For example,
Want to watch Gideon?
Yeah,
destroy
let's.
the
I was saying,
opponent?
I really want
Oh
to see
yeah,
the
we
Gideon
got some
clip.
clips from the actual gameplay.
Gideon
So
forced to concede twice in the
Twice,
same
yes.
match.
I
It
only
was-
have a small clip of him doing it once.
well, go ahead and
That's
show
fine.
it, man.
They can imagine having a second time.
Yeah.
We can hear what the players are actually saying.
I'm going to concede.
Oh, we just had someone. He conceded.
He conceded.
That was round one.
I conceded.
He conceded.
Round one out of 3.
It's a surrender.
Yep.
Yeah, for Josh up there.
So that's actually the end of their first
First
game.
of 3.
First of 3.
They've got 2 more to go. You want to tell us what happened there?
You know, and it really lets you see the development of the players out there.
Mythic rare.
We saw how quick there was no hesitation.
He got a
anything
mythic
they did.
rare,
They thought
and
their
he
moves out
decided
and
to say,
immediately
I don't want
executed.
any parts of that.
That happens.
He threw his hand in.
That happens.
Threw in the towel.
What'd you say? He threw the towel in, he's saying.
What card was it?
What card was it?
Oh, Gideon Ally Zendikar. You played
Gideon.
that, and I had to
Oh.
scoop.
I completely understand.
Yeah, no,
That's
throwing
gotta
it,
hurt.
throwing it away to Gideon because Gideon's just.
There's the card.
Can we get that? Can we get the card to show to the camera?
There are a few planeswalkers.
There it is,
that will,
guys.
that seem pretty.
That is Gideon.
There we go.
That will make
pretty
you.
intense.
That will make you fold.
Ally of
That
Zendikar.
will make you scoop a game.
Angry. He was.
Yes.
Yeah, Gideon.
Yeah, that guy was not happy about that at all.
No, he was
man.
not. And the fact that you came and brought light and like were cheering on the guy, like, nah, man, nice job.
I know.
How'd that Gideon do it? He's just like, effing Gideon, man.
Yeah, he was not happy,
like,
man. And then I
whoa.
turn around and interview the winner. And I'm like, so how's it feel to whoop this guy over here? Dude?
It's just like egging him on. Yeah.
I didn't
Absolutely,
realize
just
I was
shut him
doing
out of the
it.
The
game.
passionate interviewer.
That's what happens when you give me
God.
control I shouldn't have. I'm like a.
So guess who's
I'm
never
like a
gonna get
child. I
invited
don't-
back?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
He could.
I'll watch it from home. I'll cheer you on from
He
home.
could
don't
have
worry.
gone to the loser and been like, so how was that crushing defeat?
Yeah. How do you feel right now? That's the question I always like.
It's almost like asking Russell
do you mean how I
Wilson
feel?
last year. So, how does it feel that you tried to pass that ball into the end zone and lost the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that's a great question to ask. But that's why I moved on to the winner, because, you know, he's going to give me a better interview. He's all happy. You know, I didn't want to talk to the loser. Who wants to talk to losers?
I talk to you a lot, so that's fine.
I knew you were going to say
you're on the
something.
show.
Did you guys see me look?
He looked at me waiting for the
immediately at
insult,
Dylan?
and I'm like, I'll go for it. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll take it. That was free.
Yeah, but I'm pretty
Hey,
good
let's
at
take a
winning,
break.
losing winnings. Anyways, you're watching Nerd Talk. Thanks for sticking with us, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Max Play Live presents Random Reports. I'm Ortec the Batman, and I'm not a fan. I'm Batman. I'm Batman. Anyway, I'm here to interview Kayla Thomas, the host of the show The Arena, but there's more to Kayla than you may realize. Check it out. So we're down here at E&D Games, where Kayla, who's also the host of Max Play Live, presents The Arena.
Oh man, this is so cool. I hope everyone else thinks it's as cool as I do, and they do, and it's pretty cool.
Do you ever get jealous that you don't get to play as a PC on some of the stuff that you guys build?
Not as much as you would think, I guess. I like seeing other people play with it.
You're pretty passionate about all of this stuff. But speaking of the show, what's your favorite moment on the show? I mean, a lot of cool stuff has happened, but what's your favorite moment that stands out to you on the show so far?
Definitely our first player death. Rest in peace, Morthos, but I'm glad somebody died. Definitely glad that somebody died.
So that is that the big kick out of the show that you get, is when people are close to death or dying? Because we've had a couple. I believe Logan's character almost, Daniel White. Yep, he almost was. You know, he almost took a dirt nap. That guy, but he's luckily gotten out of it. So, I mean, do you guys design the game board just to kill players, or is there a bigger motivation to it?
We build things to better tell the story, because the kind of game that we're playing, it's all imagination based. Right. So you can sit there in front of a blank board and be like, okay, well, you've got this ogre breaking out of a cage, or just picture it in your head, or you can actually have a broken cage with an ogre miniature next to it. I think the main reason I like to do a good job and I like to do this is because it helps with the imagination process for maybe those who aren't so visual in their mind, to have like an actual board set out in front of them and be like, oh, okay, well, that's pretty cool.
In the game, how long have you been playing Dungeons and Dragons, and what got you into it?
Okay, funny story there. I guess I've always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, but I never really had friends per se who wanted to do it. So I never really had the time, but when I moved to Newport Richey and I discovered E&D, and they're like, oh, hey, we played D&D, and I'm like, what? Yes, I don't even have to have friends. I can just play with you guys. Yeah. And then they became friends. So I've been playing for about 10 months, I would say. So
you found the Nerd Hub is what happened?
I found Nerdvana.
Okay. Okay, random.
Reports.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for watching. Again, this is Max Play Live presents Random Reports. I'm Ortec the Batman.
Fan.
This is Kayla Thomas. I'll try it again. I'm Ortec the Batman.
Fan.
All right, whatever. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Most people.
Welcome back to Nerd Talk, everybody. In this segment, we're going to be talking tomorrow. The Flash premieres, the new season of the Flash.
Well, so the second half.
The second half of the
I was gonna say, we're in the mid-season break, right?
Yeah, it's the mid-season break. But there's a lot of speculation on who Professor Zoom is, and in the comics, Zoom and the Reverse Flash are basically the same guy. But in the show, Eobard Thawne is the Reverse Flash, and he travels back in time. He runs into Harrison Wells. He steals his identity because Harrison dies, and he ends up training Barry Allen in the ways of the Speed Force, and pretends he's a crippled guy in a wheelchair. Well, he ends up getting killed, and they find out about Earth 2, and they find out Harrison Wells from Earth 2 is alive. He comes over, tries to help everybody out and avoid this new danger called Zoom. And there's a lot of speculation on who Zoom is. Some people think it's Eddie Thawne. But in the new midseason trailer, we find out that Eddie Thawne is the new Reverse Flash. It's either that or, you know, I mean, that's just the image they've shown us.
So go back to that picture, James. So what happened? He ran so fast it melted to him?
I think that's just to conceal his identity, but I think I've got it figured out on who he actually is. Who? And, well, John Wesley Shipp, who was the original Flash. Do you have a picture of him from the early 90s CBS, The Flash show, James? It should be, it's him and Grant Gustin and Mark Hamill, actually, who plays the Trickster in this new CW series and the original Flash TV series. It should be in there somewhere.
Yeah.
James will get it up in a second. But anyways, when I was watching the episode where, there they are, all the way on the right is John Wesley Shipp as the Flash, and then Mark Hamill as the Trickster, and then Grant Gustin as the current Flash.
Our costumes look way better.
I'm sorry? Say it again?
The new costumes look way better.
Well, the old ones were, I mean, that was that period in the 90s where everything was rubber suit muscly. So, I mean, it looked fine for that time. And the special effects weren't too bad for a TV show either. But anyways, I think that Henry Allen is the character played in the new Flash. He was the original Flash. Now he plays Barry Allen's dad in the new show. And I think that's who Professor Zoom is. Go ahead and show the Zoom picture again. Look at his face, specifically around his eyes. If you look at his eyes and then you look at, you know, John Wesley Shipp's face, it matches up. It matches up almost identical.
I think that's the driver of the Tesla.
I'm serious. I mean, that's who.
I was going really fast when it happened.
Yeah. But anyway, I think that's who it is. And if you look at it, he's a bigger guy, bigger build, you know, so it kind of matches up. When he kicks the Flash's butt and breaks his back, he's a much larger, you know, I don't even know if he's human anymore. He's pretty much a demon, seems like, and he's probably the coolest villain ever in any TV show ever. It could be Jeff, yes.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, if Jeff decided to take steroids, for sure.
Roids.
You know, he's
roids, man. Roids.
Yeah, but what also is cool is, I mean, the Reverse Flash is one of my favorite bad guys in any series, and we're not talking about the comics because
John Shipp.
There he is. Look at the eyes. I mean, I'm convinced that is Zoom in the new show. And we already know that Eddie is not dead, or at least it's Earth 2 Eddie, and he's the new Reverse Flash.
Oh, I don't know.
And
let's see it again.
Look at that. That's a pretty good fit, man.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Great job, James, by the way. James really killing it with this side-by-side comparison.
Yeah, I mean,
those are the same eyes.
That's the same. That's who it is. I'm convinced. And I will be surprised if I'm wrong. I will.
Well, the wrinkles are there.
The wrinkles are there, yes, but
yeah,
I mean,
they are there, aren't they?
But I mean, even the whole, like the jaw structure and everything. I know it's makeup, but I mean, I think it's him.
Hey, you know what, James? Crop those pictures, put them side by side. Just pull it down to the eyes.
Yeah, crop those and put them side by side. James will get that up for us in a couple of seconds or minutes or whatever, how long it takes. But and then also we get Eddie Thawne. So we get Reverse Flash back. It's not Harrison Wells anymore. It's Eddie Thawne, who is Eobard Thawne, descended from him in this show. So that hasn't changed. That's not different from the comics. So I'm pretty excited. We also get Jay Garrick back, and I'm believing he finds his Speed Force. I'm hoping Harrison Wells has something to do with that. You know, we don't know yet. But Danielle Panabaker, who's my favorite hot chick on any TV show ever, they've released images of her as Killer Frost.
Tell us how you really feel about her.
I like her a lot.
Yeah.
I like her a lot.
I like her a lot.
I like it a lot.
But she is our new Killer Frost, and I'm guessing that's an Earth 2 thing. So she's another character because in the show so far, Zoom has been bringing a lot of villains. Atom Smasher is one from Earth 2 and sending them out to kill the Flash. We also have, was it Robbie Amell, who played the first Firestorm? He died in the show. He's back as Deathstorm. So we definitely know that we're getting a new Reverse Flash.
All right.
We're getting Killer Frost. Okay. We're getting Deathstorm. and we also have the current Firestorm. So I'm looking forward to this new season, but I don't know about you guys. You guys don't seem like you're into the Flash at all.
Maybe if I watched it.
You're really looking at me like, I want to talk about space and comets and stuff. This Flash stuff is just way too nerdy. Wow.
You're sitting talking about Flash, and I'm thinking about the 1980s Flash Gordon movie.
I am too. It's like Flash.
That is
remember
pretty.
Flash.
Where the guy's not even wearing any clothes, but maybe a Speedo, sticking his arm in this demented rock, hoping that this scorpion-like thing isn't going to stick him in the forearm.
Right.
That totally
you're
seems
showing
like
me hot
something we should
pictures of
watch.
girls and
You've never
these
seen
guys.
the original Flash?
I
Gordon?
don't know. I mean,
Flash.
He wasn't born yet.
I've seen Bucky Rogers. And that's way cooler than what you described.
If you see the women in Flash Gordon, the movie? Oh.
I think I do remember seeing that movie. It came out in the early 80s, right?
1980.
1980, right. And there was this bearded guy with wings flying around yelling like a drunken Viking.
Yes.
And that's all I remember from it, because the last time I saw it, I was probably 4 or 5 years old. I wasn't into the Lee Majors movie either, with the triple sword he had, whatever that was. You guys remember that movie?
What?
No. So, see, none of that stuff is cool. Let's talk about The Flash, the new show that's on CW that's current, that is awesome. And Professor Zoom is probably the coolest villain they've had so far.
Let's take a look at the two eyes again.
Yes. Thanks, James. Come on, man. He's a little more excited or, you know, I'd say awake. He looks a little lazy-eyed in the bottom, but in the top, I mean, I'm guessing that's who it is.
It's
That's why
gotta
I'm
be.
running so fast.
You know what? He's showing me some pretty awesome pictures from this movie. Not that one. That one's cool. The first one was
picture
a
better?
dude in a bathtub. Like, what?
There you go.
Is that Ming, the Merciless?
Yes.
Ming the...
Hey. Hey.
Hey, where'd it go?
What?
What are you doing?
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Josh's having a moment.
Why did my parents let me watch that when I was 4 or 5 years old? Oh,
Yeah.
never mind,
3
man.
minutes.
Flash
Flash
Gordon is a
Gordon
great
rocks.
movie. If you haven't
And
seen it, you should
Nerds.
probably go check it out.
Yep.
What'd you change it for? Oh, because we got to do a show.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we got 3 minutes left.
Do you have any images of Daniel Pennebaker as Killer Frost, James?
Let me look.
You'll get right on that. Thank you.
I'm working on that.
I'm gonna help you out.
He's helping us out. Hey, look, it says Nerd Talk now.
I know,
Episode
isn't that
6. By the way, thanks for watching our show. We really appreciate it. We do this for you guys, and so we have something to do in the afternoon.
Oh, like we don't have enough to do.
No, we pretty much are. We have a jam-packed schedule every day, so we do this basically for fun, to really unwind and unload and talk about the things we really like to talk about. And you know, except for Zoom, because I'm the only one here that really likes Professor Zoom, or the show The Flash, or the TV version of Zoom.
Well, I thought
Je-
Zoom was the bad guy.
He is the bad guy.
And you
Reverse. That's another thing. I think
Here
the
you go,
new
Josh.
Reverse Flash is a good guy. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty right there.
What is it?
That's Killer Frost.
That's Killer Frost.
That's Daniel Pennebaker.
Oh, all right. Show
Yes.
me
Caitlin
Wonder
Snow.
Woman.
She's like an evil Elsa.
Just give me Wonder Woman. That's all I need.
She's like an evil Elsa.
There you go, John.
Thank you, babe. Oh, see, it never can be replaced.
Didn't I see her on QVC?
Probably. I don't know.
Go back to Killer Frost. Killer Frost.
Killer Frost.
Oh, Killer Frost.
Killer Frost.
I don't want to do the
Frost is
show
the killer?
anymore.
All right.
I just want
Anyway,
to look
so
at Daniel Pennebaker.
but we do this because
It's a lot of fun.
this is our way of sitting down and letting the day go and trying to
Unwind from
Unwind
the
from what
rigors
we
of,
do.
Yeah.
You know, like we're
Yeah.
always on the computer, we're always editing, we're shooting something, we're in production, and we started this because it's what we do.
Yes, this is
Because we can.
Yeah, we actually are pretty nerdy guys, and we're not just talking about this stuff because it's something to talk about. We live it, you know. Like I'm in comic shops or gaming shops. Dylan's in gaming shops. James is in gaming shops. Before we did this show, on our downtime, we sat around playing tabletop games and talking about comics and stuff, and that's how it spawned. John said, you know what, we should record all of this. You guys are talking some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And
you guys get animated.
Yeah.
Woo!
We get really into it once we get on topics that everybody can click on.
Yeah.
But, you know, we have one bad wheel on our 18-wheeler who doesn't like the Flash. And that's okay, because Flash Gordon's okay too, I guess, you know, because they had some scantily clad women sells me, so
wait till
I'll go.
Walking Dead shows up.
Yeah, we will be talking
to show
about
you
Walking
something.
Dead.
If you go to Walking Dead's Facebook page right now, there is a 360 view tour of Alexandria.
No way.
So you can go into everyone's house and like walk through like a Google image, like a Google Maps type deal.
Yep.
Or
Can we record
Google
that?
Street
Hey,
View.
can we desktop record? Can we record that, James?
We can grab it and show it
I
off tomorrow.
don't think you have the time.
Yeah.
Maybe next episode, maybe tomorrow.
I'll work on that.
All right.
Yeah, we're about to shut it down, but we'll definitely have that. And from now on, once Walking Dead does premiere, Mondays, we're doing our own version of Talking Dead.
Yeah. I mean, I love Talking Dead, and we know we'll get that
Chris
good.
Hardwick is awesome.
Dude,
That
Chris
guy
Hardwick's
is
great in everything he does.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, what I'd like to do is maybe send an email out to him and see if he would Skype in.
Yeah, that would be great, man. And if we did that, man, I would greatly appreciate that. That guy is so humble, too. I mean, for all the success that he's had, he's one of the coolest people that you could meet at conventions or anywhere else, you know.
Exactly.
So, and everybody here is pretty big fans of Walking Dead. The comic, which I quit reading because I'll just watch the show. It's easier, saves money. But I like the comic. I have like the first 112 issues, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, the first.
A lot of comic books.
You know, and Walmart. Yeah, no, that's it. That's nothing compared to some people. But Walmart actually has a compendium that you're a big fan of.
Yes.
Right now, it's about $50, and you could pretty much catch up on everything.
Can I?
Oh yeah, dude. There's like 2 or 3 of them out now.
That's where I'm going.
Walmart.
Walmart.
But I suggest you go to Yancey Street Comics because you probably get it cheaper.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. I like those guys.
And they
Where are we
have
gonna go?
everything Walking Dead.
Where are we going to go?
Yancey Street Comics.
So what's the
Where
name
is
of
that
our...
at?
Yeah, where's that at?
It's in Gulfview Square Mall in Newport Richey, Florida. If you're not in Florida, you need to get here because this store is probably the best store in
What's
this.
your website?
I don't remember. They have a Facebook page. You can check them out on Facebook.
Yeah.
But it might be Yancey Street
and
Comics.
then we also have another buddy that, like I said, we do this for a living, and we have a lot of good shows.
The Gamers Guild.
Gamers Guild, yes.
Yeah,
They just
Dave.
opened. And I have an interview that you guys will be checking out tomorrow with the 3 owners, Joe, Kenny, and Dave.
YanceyStreetComics.net.
Yep, there it is, Yancey Street Comics.
And if you go in there, find a guy named Big Chris and mess with him and say,
don't mess with Chris.
No, don't mess with Chris.
Don't mess with Chris.
But tell him you saw it and you heard from it on Nerd Talk.
Yes, and definitely don't mess with Chris. He's a giant, and when you
he's
wake
a gentle giant. I know Chris for many years. Just from the movie City Slickers, just say, hello. He'll think
he's going to look at you like you have 4 eyes.
He's going to look at you and go, oh, God, I know you're from somewhere and I can't place it. And it'll drive him nuts the rest of the day.
Yeah. Chris is actually a really cool guy. So is Steve. Those guys are the owners. And also Brittany, who is there basically, she holds the fort down when those guys aren't around, even when they are around sometimes. And they're really great people. And I suggest you go check their store out. I buy all my comic stuff, comic-related stuff there. Quite a bit of my T-shirts, and they also have statues. They probably have the largest selection of comic-related statues.
I would almost pay them to get rid of gay Superman.
Why don't you just buy it and throw it away?
Why don't you buy it and break it?
Yeah, you go. If you're gonna buy it for them to get rid of it.
They also don't judge people when they're pretty much open arms to everybody.
Have you seen the pose?
No, but that's where I get my stuff, and that's where we get a lot of our stuff here. So if you guys,
I got my book.
Yes, John actually is catching up on New 52 that he recently purchased there. I'm actually heading there right when I leave here, so I want to close the show so I can go look at comics.
All right, let's close the show.
Thanks for watching Nerd Talk. Check us out on Facebook. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Twitch. I'm not going to read off none of the websites because tomorrow James is going to put them on the screen when I say this stuff because I always screw it up. Ask Dylan. He'll tell you. Thanks for watching Nerd Talk. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.